Morning, and we're back at our Bernina 730 record today. And while she's out on the workbench as my machine of choice for the week, I am going to show you how to wind a bobbin and insert the bobbin on this machine. And probably the same video will be for actually threading her as well. May do the two separately, but let's go. I have the necessary bobbin for this machine. One thing you will see is that the original ones have B on them usually, but it's all about just checking their size, and to do that you measure the height and you measure the width of the bobbin here as well. And if it fits in your bobbin case and it's flat, some of them are domed on some machines, then it'll fit and it will work. But try and get the metal ones if you can. So the 730 record bobbin winding mechanism is in here. So we flip that up, and you, first of all, this bar here gets turned until it clicks into place. It does have a little clicking mechanism because you can see there it's got a little bite in there, and that engages with that pin. So you want to put that in that direction. The next thing you can do is to loosen your hand wheel. So this is the inside of your hand wheel here. So you hold your hand wheel and you turn this inner part of the hand wheel towards you, and it'll disengage the motor for the machine, so your machine's needle won't go up and down. It'll still work, but it'll stop this from going up and down. That's what that does, and I think it's also faster if you do it properly like this. So to wind your bobbin, normally I would say to you, put your thread through this slot in your bobbin here. They don't show you that in the manual, but that works so much better if you do that. So to start off, what we're going to do is place our spool. This is not ideal because the cone is actually too big and it rocks over. So I will hold it upright while I'm winding my bobbin. So your thread comes around and it goes around this spring over here. So this is your spring, and it does have a little arrow there. So you round it around, then it goes behind this bar. It does have an arrow indicator here, and it just goes behind it. You don't wind it around, okay? So I'm going to get myself a little bit of extra thread, and I'm going to pass the thread from the inside of the bobbin and outwards and grab the tail. I'm going to hang on to that while I place my bobbin onto the bobbin spindle over here. And then you push this little lever towards your bobbin, and then you put gentle pressure onto this. So you're making sure that your thread is going around this post, around there, and to your cone. You've now released that. Your machine is switched on, and you can gently press the foot pedal. Okay, when you start, you'll see it's going clockwise. My needle isn't moving, and I'm not pulling tight on this. All I want to do is to hold that in place until my bobbin has wound a couple of times over the starting thread. I then stop and I snip this off right at the base, right where the bobbin is. I can now pick up some speed, unless of course it hasn't yet, and then it does this. So what I'm going to do is push this back in place and hold this thread until it's wound in place, and then I'm going to cut this off again. And this sometimes happens, especially when you're using this type of thread. So I am using a bobbin thread, which is polyester, so it's very thin and slippery, and that's why it didn't quite work. When you've had wound enough thread onto your bobbin, you can simply stop your machine, and you then retighten your hand wheel, hold the outer and turn the inner back. That'll re-engage your needle as well. We can then remove the bobbin. This will bounce out when it automatically stops if you fill your bobbin. I'm not filling mine today. So I've taken it off and I've snipped my thread. Okay, snipped my thread off and my bobbin is ready. I want to put this mechanism back into place. Take my bobbin, close the case. In this instance, I'm removing the bobbin thread because I'm going to be threading the machine with the other type of thread just now. Okay, we'll adjust the camera angle here so that we can see the bobbin going into the machine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip up my machine a little just so that you can see this a little bit more easily. And I'm going to take my bobbin that I've wound, I'm going to put it into this P shape. So it's the thread is coming off on the left hand side. I then take my bobbin case, and as if I'm putting it into the machine, that is how I'm going to hold it. All right, so the spindle or this post is going to be upright because that goes into this little slot over here. So I hold my bobbin's case, I take my bobbin, and I put this hole goes over this post. So I'm going to hold it like that, and I engage the two together. I then have my thread coming through here, through this little slot in the bobbin case, and then I pull it to the right so that it goes under this little metal spring. That is a spring. It's a funny sort of spring, but it's not what you would think of as a coil spring. This is a flat piece of metal that tensions your thread, and that comes out here. All right, we'll do that once more. So we take our bobbin in a P shape and our bobbin case, and we put the two together with our thread on the left. The thread then goes through that little groove in the bobbin case. It then goes under the spring, pull it gently downwards to the right, and it'll go into that hole there. Release your thread, and now what you want to do is pull this spring up. This is a little locking mechanism, and when you hold it, you pull it up and you hold it with your thumb and your first finger. It stops your bobbin from falling out of the bobbin case. That's what it's there for. And especially if you're putting your bobbin in with the machine at an angle, it's going to keep dropping out of the bobbin case. The bobbin will keep dropping out of the bobbin case if you don't do that. So we now want this post upwards, and it's going to go into the bobbin housing over here, and then you can let go that spring. If I don't hold this little tab, what I can do is just put my finger so it stops it falling out, the bobbin, and I can put it into the machine. It's a little bit more awkward, but I will then need to make sure that the post is upright, and you push it in until it clicks. Your bobbin is now inserted correctly. You can actually close it at this point, but just have your thread through this little slot here so it doesn't bind when you bring the thread back up. I'm going to reposition my machine so it's back upright, and we are going to go to threading the machine instead. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our thread that we're using. In this case, I'm using a cone. So it's over to the right here, and I'm going to bring it over so that it engages with a little tab at the back of the machine here. I'm going to just drop this down so you can see what I'm doing. So take your thread from your cone or from one of these spool pins here and clip it into this little slot at the back here. You're then going to bring your thread through here. This is where your discs tension the thread based on how tight this tension is here. So mine at the moment, you can see, is just in the middle. So the plus minus over there tells you. All right. So now we take our thread and we take it down under this bar here and back up over the thread take up lever, pull it down, and it goes behind this bar. So I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see that a bit better. All right. So I'm going to bring it down from the take-up lever, and I'm going to put it behind this little hook that's just above your sewing needle, your machine's needle. And it can be a bit fiddly, especially if you've got little plump fingers like I have. And also if your thread keeps unreeling. So what I tend to do is I lower my presser foot so that then I've got a bit of tension on this. Now let me be clear, this bar here is not for your thread to go behind. That simply is there to protect the faceplate of your machine. Now, if I look carefully, you can see somebody used to thread their thread through this bar because it's worn off the paint and some of the metal. It's not go there, it goes in front. This bar is for your thread to run over. Okay, you then thread your needle from front to back, and this is where I can give you the best advice you will ever receive when it comes to sewing and threading a sewing machine. You clip your thread at a 45-ish degree angle. Now these scissors are absolutely appalling actually, and I've got to just cut the thread off at a 45-degree angle. Now you may not be able to see that 45-degree angle, but microscopically your needle can, and it makes threading your needle 100 times easier, I promise you. So thread from front through to the back. Now we raise up our presser foot again, and we're going to hold this thread, because what we're going to do is bring our bobbin thread up. Using our hand wheel, we turn towards us, always towards us, so that the needle drops down into the bobbin, and gently keep tension on this, but very gently. If you pull too tight, your thread will probably not come up. And while you're gently pulling on that, you gently pull up until it stops, and it will have raised your bobbin thread to the top. So now you have two threads. One is your bobbin and one is your top thread. And you grab them, put them to the back left of your machine. Your machine is now threaded and ready to sew. I hope that's helped you. And more videos will come slowly as I'm using the machines, as I'm maintaining them as well. But there you go. Today we have learned how to wind a bobbin on a 730 Bernina record. We have learned how to thread the machine, to insert the bobbin, and how to bring the thread up from the bobbin case to the top, ready for sewing. Good luck with all of that, and I hope that's helped all of you visual learners and those of you who don't have a manual to help you learn how to use these machines. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.